Don't have any fun plans this summer? Why not sign up for an outdoor recreation trip? Trips include canoeing to Lake Powell, backpacking in the Canyonlands, kayaking lessons, and a whole lot more. Find out about more exciting opportunities when Alan and Tasha join us in studio today.
Outdoor adventures is something that almost all people enjoy, but budgeting outdoor adventures can sometimes be expensive and daunting, especially for students. Coming up on Newsbreak, I'll tell you where you can find cheap gear like this right here on campus.
And how is recruitment for the AFROTC? I'll tell you coming up.
While some Utes are flying high and headed to a national championship, the Pac-12 was not so welcoming to all. I'll tell you how the Utes fared this year and what to look for next season coming up.
We'll give you the full details
Here on Newsbreak.
News produced by students for students. Brought to you from the Telecommunications Lab at the University of Utah.
The search continues for a new university president.
Ashley Hall will be talking to the lead dermatologist.
This is Newsbreak.
Thanks for watching Newsbreak. I'm Rachel Spots.
And I'm Chloe Wynn. Starting the summer semester, tuition will rise for another consecutive time. Why it continues to rise, by how much, and where the money is going. Lauren Carter brings us this story.
Tuition at the University of Utah will be increasing 6% beginning fall 2012. For an undergraduate resident taking 15 credit hours, that equals a $175 increase per semester.
Tuition is increasing because of the costs for the university. And then there's the 1% salary increase.
4.5% of the increase is being mandated by the Board of Regents for all public universities in Utah. The other 1.5% is an increase by the university. So what do students think about this 6% increase?
Tuition, it's really everything. My wife and I can't afford to go to the U, so we're planning on transferring there next spring.
It just doesn't surprise me as much because I know it's coming, but it does definitely affect my life because, you know, I have to pay more each semester that I go to school, which is difficult.
In 2002, the state appropriated 80% of the university's costs. This year, they are only funding 51%. The other 49% comes from tuition. This year, the legislature mandated a 1% increase in faculty salary, and students must fund 25% of the increase.
We obviously want to make sure that the university is affordable for students to come here and be successful and graduate. And so it's balancing the cost for the students, but also getting the quality education that they need.
It's frustrating because I don't feel like we get anything more from the school. I just feel like the price of the school goes up.
I'm Lauren Carter reporting for Newsbreak.
The Great Utah Shakeout is the state's first ever earthquake drill of this scale, spanning over a 3-day period with almost 1 million Utah residents signed up to participate. I spoke with the executive director of the University of Utah's drill efforts at the Union to find out what students should expect with the drill, as well as how to react in the event of an earthquake. I'm here with Marty Shaw, the Executive Director of Environmental Health and Safety and Emergency Management. Wow, that's quite the title. Thanks, Marty, for being here.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah, okay, so tell me about the Great Utah Shakeout. What is this drill?
The Great Utah Shakeout is Utah's opportunity to test our ability to respond appropriately in the first 72 hours after a catastrophic earthquake along the Salt Lake City segment of the Wasatch Fault.
What do you hope to accomplish with this drill in terms of raising student awareness, things like that?
Exactly that, raising student awareness. One, you live on top of a fault line, that when it slips, it's catastrophic. But there are things that you can do to be a survivor, and that's what I want everyone to take the time on the 17th to practice.
Okay, great. And if an earthquake were to happen right now, here in the Union, where so many students are studying throughout, the majority of the day, what would you suggest that we do?
Hold on. If you are fortunate enough to find a piece of furniture that's sturdy enough to get underneath and help protect your head, hold on to it so the ground moving doesn't shake it off of you. And then wait for the ground to stop moving before you make a move. And then I want everyone to get out of university facilities and out into open area until we have a chance to see how did the physical facilities of campus survive. Our natural reaction when we are frightened is to either stand paralyzed and wonder what should I do, or to run. Either of those things would be wrong in an earthquake.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
With summer coming up and temperatures rising, students are heading outdoors for many of their favorite activities.
These outdoor activities can be highly technical and require expensive gear. Todd Patton tells us where to get all of this gear and under a student's budget.
The Outdoor Recreation Program at the University of Utah offers opportunities for students and faculty to enjoy the outdoors at a cheap rate. During the winter months, skis, snowboards, and snowshoes are a few items available. But as summer and warm weather approaches, OPR employee Jared Grant says there is almost nothing they don't offer for exploring Utah's landscape.
Yeah, so in terms of summer equipment, we offer tons of things from whitewater rafting equipment, paddle boards, canoes, kayaks, bikes, tents, just general outerwear that they'll need to go into the backcountry and play in the outdoors. So really anything under the sun, we can kind of make it happen.
A UID is required for receiving the discount on equipment, although if you're not a student at the U, a driver's license is all that's needed. Typically, the item can be picked up right away, but for popular items such as mountain bikes or skis, it is recommended to reserve them in advance because of the high number of requests the OPR receives. Single day and weekend rates are the options for renting, but additional days can be added if needed. Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Todd Patton.
Along with all this gear, the University of Utah Recreation Center sponsors a variety of outdoor activities available to students.
Katie Rose joins us in the studio live with two coordinators from the University of Utah's Rec Center for the outdoor trips. Katie?
Thanks, ladies. With me today, I have Alan and Tasha, recreational coordinators, to tell us about the fun, exciting opportunities that we can do in the summer. To start off, can you guys just introduce yourselves and tell us what kind of role you have in these trips?
Yeah, my name's Alan. I'm a student here on campus, and I'm a cooperative trip leader for the Outdoor Rec program.
And I'm Tasha. I'm also a student and rent equipment and lead trips.
Very exciting. Well, can you tell us what classes are available and how people can sign up for them?
There's tons of opportunity over the summer. We do things like you were saying, kayaking, climbing, canoeing, river rafting. It just kind of goes with our schedule and what we have planned for the summer.
Yeah, students can look on our website to see what trips are available for the summer. And one of the big ones we might have coming up is a mountaineering trip to Mount Rainier.
Oh, very cool. And how long do these trips usually last?
It really depends on the trip. We have some that are just an afternoon of climbing in the Wasatch, and we have some rafting trips and some mountaineering trips that last a week or more.
Oh, wow. Very exciting. And then how can we, is this available to just students, or can anybody take these classes?
They're available to any student, and every student is allowed one guest. Faculty is also allowed to sign up. To sign up for these trips, you can contact the Outdoor Rec program, or just come by and ask about what trips we have available and just sign up. And there's a deposit you have to put down, but yeah, that's how you go about signing up.
Exciting. And where is your office so students may visit?
It's up by Sage Point, by the dorms, just down from where Red Butte Gardens has their summer concerts. They can also sign up by calling us.
Oh, very nice. So, random question. Let's say that a student gets hurt or is ill on one of your trips. How do you guys go about that?
Well, we'd like to take care of them as best as we can. We have trained staff and coordinators for the trip, so we'd like to think that we can handle anything that arises, and we'll get them home safely. So.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, just go to the website below, and back to you, ladies.
Summer doesn't just bring outdoor recreation. It's time for students to enjoy all kinds of activities in the community. Here are a list of upcoming events students can look forward to this summer. The University of Utah's Spring 2012 Commencement and Convocation exercises are on Friday, May 4th. All graduating students are expected to be present by 8:30. Commencement for the graduates of the College of Law will be on May 11th. School of Medicine's commencement will be on May 19th. Local food, tabling, bike scavenger hunt, and scrapbooking activity with artist Andrea Bowers. The University of Utah's Earth Fest will be taking place on Thursday, April 19th from 10 until 2 in the afternoon out in the Alpine Union patio. A press conference to announce the university's new bike school master plan will also be taking place. The event is free and open to the public. Utah's longest-running improv comedy show, The Laughingstock, has been bringing laughter to the state for 15 years. Nothing is rehearsed, and no show is the same. Bring friends and family to watch the show every Friday and Saturday at the Off-Broadway Theater at 10 p.m. For a list of the performances, you can visit their website at laughingstock.us. And due to popular demand, Social Distortion has added a second show at the Depot. Doors open on Saturday, May 12th at 7 p.m. The show starts at 8. Special guests Toadies and Lindy Ortega is also set to perform. Admissions is $30 per person. Tickets are available at all Smith's Tix location. You can also call 1-800-888-TIXX or visit smithstix.com. And support the local efforts of the Midville and Fort Union Kiwanis Club at 3rd Annual 5K Run Walk. The race is scheduled for Saturday, May 5th at 9 in the morning. The race will begin and end at Gardner Village. Prizes will be given out to different age groups, and everyone is welcome to come. Visit gardnervillage.com for details. Iconic recording artist Neil Diamond is coming to Utah for his 2012 North American Tour. The tour hits Utah Sandy on Saturday, July 18th at the Reno Tinto Stadium. Tickets start at $39.50. You can visit the stadium's website for details. And for all you baseball fans, Salt Lake Bees started their season last Saturday and will have their last game on September 3rd.
Coming up after the break, a preview of Earth Week on campus, a look at the Air Force ROTC training and recruitment, and the best and worst of spring sports. Don't go away.
3, 2, 1.
I have now taken 4 different semesters. I've specialized in behind the camera, I specialized in front of the camera, and now I'm focusing on web-based material.
There's a lot of more life experience in this, this class.
When you come in, it's not like, okay, we're here for another class. Let's go sit at a desk and take some notes. I'm here for, another chance to learn something new.
While Utah Gymnastics has been flying high, it was a bit of a rockier road for the other Ute teams as they broke onto the Pac-12 scene. But for men's basketball, a few bumps in the road would have been welcome circumstance compared to the 6-25 train wreck of a season they endured. And add insult to injury, Utah has already granted the release of 6 scholarship players from the roster, following its first season in history of 20 or more losses. This includes Chris Hines and Kareem Stories. However, with Chris Kowiak's first true recruiting class, he vows to break the revolving door pattern and finally bring some stability to the running Utes. And maybe they can take a few notes on stability from the Red Rocks, who are headed to their 37th consecutive national championship. Coming off an impressive 18-4 overall season, Pac-12 Freshman of the Year Georgia Jabritz and Pac-12 all-around champion Corey Lothrop will lead Utah into Duluth, Georgia this weekend. The Red Rocks currently own 9 NCAA championship titles. And Utah football is in full swing as it enters its final week of spring ball. And yes, the rumors are true. A 100% healthy Jordan Wynn is practicing. And with returning weapons like Devontae Christopher and John White IV, newly promoted offensive coordinator Brian Johnson has all the ingredients for a balanced attack, something that Utah has been missing. And with All-American candidate Star Lotulelei anchoring the defense, the Utes hope to put an 8-5 season behind them and run at the front of the pack. With Sports for Newsbreak, I'm Jancy Coggins.
The University of Utah's theater department is a great avenue for students to understand the discipline of theater while expressing their creativity. Tiffany Justice has more in this department and shows us some of their recent productions.
The Performing Arts Building is Studio 115. Now, Studio 115 is more of an experimental theater, but it's also known to be on the risky side.
The department has shown many plays in the past, but it has only been recently, in the past 3 years, that it started to teach and put on musicals because of the help of David Schmidt, an assistant professor and lecturer for the theater department at the University of Utah. One of the musicals Schmidt has been working on is The Wild Party, a scandalous play about the 1920s. The theater department at the University of Utah is known to do shows that no one else in Utah will do. Although it is a scandalous play about sex, drugs, and drinking in the 1920s, the theater department has managed to classy it up, and the Deseret News gave the production a favorable rating and called it PG-13.
We've made it classy. There's a particular scene that could be raunchy and really bad, and make the audience really uncomfortable, and we have not changed that scene in any way, shape, or form. It's still the scene that it's supposed to be, but we've made it classy.
Next up for Studio 115 is Kiss Stop, another racy play that explores the meaning of a kiss through following two women who share a moment together while walking through New York's West Village. I am Tiffany Justice, reporting for Newsbreak.
The Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps here at the U is a program that requires physical and mental tenacity.
Reporter Nicole Paul takes us through the program and what exactly it means to be a participant in the ROTC.
The Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps is a unique program at the University of Utah. It includes students not just from here, but from various universities: Weber State University, Westminster College, LDS Business College, Salt Lake Community College, Park University, and Emory-Riddle in Arizona. With 35 freshmen currently enrolled, the AFROTC is a rigorous program that is resulting in only 11 graduating seniors for 2012. So how do they continue to recruit so many for such an intimidating program?
In a lot of ways, I don't think our recruiting task is to go out and convince someone to change their life plans. It's maybe to help, when we do a recruiting event, for example, it's to draw the attention of someone who's already probably like-minded for the Air Force, just to let them know that the program exists. You know, a lot of times they'll seek us out more than we have to go out and find them and encourage them. And I think that's a misnomer. A lot of times I think folks think about recruiting and they think about the enlisted recruiters that come to high schools and sometimes come across like it's a harder sell, trying to convince them that, you know, this is an option to change your life. With us, like I say, I think it's the majority of our students that draw to us have already in some way been wired to like this program, to being, you know, to seek us out.
Melissa Patterson, now a junior in the AFROTC, channeled her passion for the officers program into this recruitment video featured on the department's website. Though Major Hawkins feels that factors outside of the future cadets and the recruiters also come into play.
I think the poor economy also, you know, if a kid's not wired necessarily with an absolute passion to serve, I think just the fact that if they can make it through our program at the end of the line is a job. I think that's a draw for some folks. So hopefully while here pursuing a job, they find the passion, that call to serve, that makes it more than a job. It makes it a true calling. And
reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Nicole Paul.
This week kicked off the U's Earth Week celebration. The celebration included unveiling a new solar generation system for the campus. Jacqueline Consavan brings us more on the story.
As Earth Week continues here at the U, the unveiling of a new solar generation system is another step forward for the U's initiative to be carbon neutral by the year 2050.
We're celebrating the opening of a beautiful and effective source of renewable energy here on the campus and for the state of Utah, and we're thrilled. First, the design team has created a beautiful and effective system worthy of an amazing building, both this one and Hyper East. It has been designed with flatter panels to minimize reflectivity out into the community, but also to maximize electrical production during the summer when there's a need for extra power.
This energy-saving project may help student costs.
From a student perspective, it's going to provide, as you look at tuition rates going up and up, this is going to be one of the cost-saving initiatives the university's done to be able to provide a facility, but provide the operation of that facility at a lower cost.
How can students get involved?
Raising the awareness, it's learning, it's understanding about the different technologies that are out there, not only solar, but there's.
That does it here for this week's edition of Newsbreak.
News produced by students for students.
Thanks for joining us here for this semester of Campus News.
Enjoy your summer, everyone.